Hi guys, here's another video. I got this Vax Blade 4 pet cordless vacuum cleaner. Show you there. Press the button. When you press this middle button, you can hear the motor brush spinning, power head. And I'm going to be able to cut this today because it's full of dirt, full of dust, and it stinks. So I'm going to be cleaning it today. To show you around it here. So the bin's full of dirt. I'm the only one who seems to be emptying this thing and doing maintenance on it, and it's not a bad unit if I'm being honest. It's got two batteries. It comes with two batteries which last quite long. I don't really rate these, but this one is pretty good, better than the Dyson I think. So just got to remove the boom, as you can see there, and just got to dismantle the unit. So just press these two tabs in, the battery comes off like so, and then all we've got to do now, if you just press these two levers together, it separates the bin from the motor assembly there. I'm just going to clean that with the wipes. I'm not going to submerge that in water because it's going to let your motor in it. And let me just show you here. Just going to empty the bin into this bucket. Like I said, I do prefer my Henry Hoover, which is a bag type, because if you let me show you here, when you tip the dust out of these, the dust goes everywhere, as you can see there. You can see that. Can you imagine that dust inside your house? But the bin's pretty much empty, as you can see here. I've tipped it all out. I do prefer a corded vacuum to these cordless. I think they use more electric because most of the time they're left plugged in charging. Okay, to show you some of the dust around here, dust around the cyclone unit. So what I've got to do is, if you just press this tab in here, this section here, you can release the pollen filter. So you can simply just press it in and pull the lid up, and that will reveal the pollen filter, and that just pops out like so. You can see the state of that. Definitely wants to clean. And this grey section is the actual cyclone, which will come out as one. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to undo these three screws, which I've highlighted here. You can pull the whole unit out as one. I'm just going to remove this cover first, this section of the cyclone, and it's just three screws. Okay, so once you've got the three screws out, this section will just pull away. It's the top part. Just put that to one side. And then let's move this gasket. Got to give that a clean. Look at all the dust on the underside of it. I'm going to give all of this, what you can see, unit a clean. And then you got this cone in the middle for the cyclone, and you get a lot of dust build up around the edge, as you can see there. That's why it traps most of the dust inside the bin, but there's a lot of dust gathers inside of the unit also. So I'm just gonna paintbrush and just brush most of this dust off. Like I said, I do prefer my corded Henry Hoover because it's got a bag and you don't get any of this dust at all when you empty it. You just put the bag in the bin. Whereas with these cordless types, you do get a lot of dust coming off them. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just remove this inner section, which is full of dust also. Got to give that a clean too. So what I'm going to do, just get a bit of fairy liquid and a bit of bleach in a bucket, and I'm just going to wash all of these parts here. So I'm just going to drop them in the bucket, as you can see here. Give them all a soak first, and then I'm just going to wash them off. I've removed all the rings, all the gaskets off of the cyclone in the bin. All the rubber seals, pulled them all out, as you can see there. I'm just going to chuck the whole lot into this bin for the minute, into this bucket for the minute. Like I said, this is the actual motor assembly. I'm not going to get that wet in, I'm not going to submerge that in water. What I'm going to do is just give it a wipe down, get rid of the dust on it with a wet wipe, and just clean the front section where it, this front section here gets a bit dusty. Just going to give it a clean also. Okay, that'll do for that. Going back to the parts, I've got them soaking in the bucket. I'm just going to use a paintbrush just to clean them off, as you can see here. That's the gasket which I removed earlier, foam gasket. That's one of the rubber rings, well, a couple of the rubber rings which I removed also, and the cone, and the main cyclone assembly here. Just get that clean. And this grey section also. And here you can see me just cleaning the actual bin itself. Just give that a nice, get rid of all the dust and dirt. And now that I've got them all clean, I'm going to stick them in this bucket. I've tipped the old soap out, and I'm just going to rinse them all off. Get rid of all the soap. And here you can see the filter. I'm just going to give it a wash separate. Just give it a blast with some bleach in it. And I'm just going to give it a blast with my hose. Okay, so I put all the parts on here to dry. This is the bottom of my barbecue. It's got a grill at the bottom, and it seems appropriate to put them on there to dry off. So I'm going to leave that overnight to dry as the weather's good. This is the boom. I'm just going to give that a clean with the wet wipes as well. Get rid of some of this dust around the side. You can see the build up of dust inside there as well. Got stuck. So with this section, all I'm going to do is get a rod and just clean the inside of it. Let me just show you that here. I'm going to use this rod from the blinds and just wrap some wet wipes around it, as you can see here. Just use a couple of wet wipes, make it nice and thick. And then all I'm going to do is just push that back and forth through the boom. Get it nice and clean inside. Just full of dust, that's all. See, it's just popped out the other end there. Okay. Happy with that. So this is the motor head. A lot of dust inside there. As you can see, it just catches a load of hair and string around the brush. So just get a coin and turn this section counterclockwise, and the brush should pop out like so. And here you can see me just pull out the rest of the way. It's just full of hair and string wraps around the brush head. So what I'm going to do to show you there. So what I'm going to do is just get a pair of scissors, and just cut down the middle. There's a little recess. So if I cut down the middle here of all this hair and string with me scissors, not very sharp. You see there? And once I've done that, all I've got to do is just pull all this hair and string off, like so. Just pull it away. Speed this section up. And you can see I've got it off, most of it. And just show you here. In my right hand, the contents which I've just removed from the brush head, nice and clear now, and these are the contents what I've removed. So with that, I'm just going to pop it in the bucket and just stick the hose on it. Get rid of the dust that's on there. And I'm just cleaning with the brush. Okay, I'm happy with that, so I'll just pop that on the shelf with the other items which I cleaned earlier to dry off. And now going back to the actual head itself, there's a lot of dust inside here, especially inside the tube, so I'm just going to spray some household cleaner. Just spray a bit inside here. I don't want to submerge this whole unit in water because it's got a motor inside. And I just really want to clean out the whole section. So once again, I've got me a rod and just wrap some wet wipes around it. And then I'm just going to pop it inside here, which I've sprayed with detergent, and just spin it around just to get this pipe nice and clear again. As you can see there. And I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, I've got everything nice and clean. Let me just show you here. Come back the next day, everything's nice and clean and dry. You can see there, these are the sections for the cyclone. So I'm just going to start to reassemble this. So I'll just get this cyclone section here. You can see it's nice and clean now. It's full of dust before. And it's just a matter of putting it back together. It's just a matter of lining up the screw holes. Pop this section in here, lining up the screw holes, as you can see here. And then with this grey section, I'm just going to pop the gasket, the foam gasket, on top of here. And then once again, it's just a matter of lining up the screw holes with this cone section. And there is a little tab indicator, just to make sure you've got it on the right way. And I'll just show you that. I'll just highlight that for you. There's a little tab. And just freeze frame it, one there, one there. These line up. Like you can see there, once you've got the screw holes all lined up, and you just put the section together like so. So the notches line up there, and then it's just a matter of popping your 3 screws back in. With the yeah, so it's just a matter of popping your screws back in. And just speed this section up a little bit. And I've got a magnetic screwdriver which will hold the bits. Makes it a lot easier. It'll hold the bit in place, the screw in place, sorry. And I'll just pop this last screw in. And I've just finished tightening that up. And I've popped all the 3 screws in. And that's that cone section assembled. I'm just going to put the seals around it, the rubber ring. You see there, it's going to put a rubber ring around the top there. So this seal goes on the bottom of the unit here. Just going to make sure that's sitting on there nice and neat. Just fix this section here, and I'm happy with that. Just give you a close up. See that's sitting on there nicely. So then it's just a matter of putting this seal with a groove on. Just putting that back in its position, which I removed it. Just make sure that's sitting nice and flush in its groove. Okay, so I'm happy with that. That's fully assembled. The cone section just needs to be popped inside the bin. It popped inside here. Let me show you around that. Just going to pop this seal on for the door seal, or the bin door lid seal. Just make sure that fits nice into its little groove, its little recess, which it was sat in before. Just going to tuck that in nice and neat there. And now that's done, it's just a matter of making sure the door closes correctly. The bin lid closes correctly. I'm just going to do that there. If you press the button, it should just flip open by itself, as you can see there. So that's ready to have the cone inserted. Okay, this is where I put everything together. First thing, I'm going to give the unit a bit of a clean. Let me just show you here. I've got this platinum cleaner. If you look at the side here, you can see bits of paint where it's caught the skirting board, and I'm just wiping that off here. This platinum cleaner will remove all the paint. It won't harm the plastic. It's not a harsh cleaner, as you can see there. And then I'm going to clean the other side. See all the paint marks there. Just going to give that a wipe with the platinum cleaner on a bit of the cloth, and it should remove just the paint, as you can see there. Also, I'm going to clean the front of the unit. You see it's nice and clean on the side there, but avoid the decals or the writing on the front, because it will take them off as well. So I'm just going to go underneath where it says pets and just get rid of this. You got some more paint there from the skirting board. I don't want to take that writing off, so I'll just wipe around it, and I'm pretty happy with that. It's nice and clean. See, I've still got the lettering. Pretty happy with that. So okay, so what I'm going to do, just use the canister there. If you have a look on here, there's instructions where it says to clean it. I think it's once every 3 months, but this never happens. I'm the only one who seems to clean this. It just gets used and chucked to one side when it's full. So what I've got to do is just open this top section here and pop the cyclone back in with its seal. See, it's nice and clean there. It was filthy before. So that just pops in like so. And then you have the pollen filter, which took a couple of days to dry out, if I'm being honest with you. You see it's nice and clean. It was filthy before. That took longer to dry, sorry. And just pop that in and just make sure it's nice and flush. It fits in the top here. It'll only go in one way. And you can see it's nice and flush there. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So it's just a matter of closing the lid. And you heard that click shut there. And just test the bin. See, it opens. You press the lid, it opens by itself. And you press the button. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So it's just a matter of refitting the cyclone, the bin unit, to the head, to the motor assembly. I'll show you there. And there's just there's a location there which locates under this section here. So if you put that in place like so, and then all you've got to do is let me give you a close up. See, that's locations in. Just got to click this section down, and you would that click down, so that's locked in. Okay, to show you around it nice and clean. Okay, so pop the battery on. Just clicks on like so. You get two batteries with this one, which is pretty good, and they do last a decent time. Just check the battery level. It's got 2 bars left on it. Let me just show you the motor head. I've put the brush back in, as you can see there. I'm just going to pop it out just to show you how I did put it in. To show you inside there. See, it's nice and clean inside here. It's filthy before. And see the tube, nice and clear. So let me just get a coin so I can show you. There it is. Let's just use this coin, and let me just show you how to remove it, which I did before. So it's locked in. It's the padlock closed. What I want to do is open it by turning it counterclockwise slightly, and you can see the brush pops out, and you just pull it out like so, and you see I've got it nice and clean. So it's just reverse. Put it back in, and let me just put it at an angle so I can show you. It's nice and clean inside there also. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just pop the brush back in, just showing you around how I got the unit nice and clean, and it just pushes in like so, and it locates onto this spigot on the bottom there, and it should just lock down like so. Push it as far as it will go. That's as far as it will go. So what you're going to do now is just lock it in. You can see it's if I just turn it counterclockwise first, and then clockwise, and it will lock in with the coin. Just give you a close up there. See, that's got locked in there. See the padlock's lined with the notch. Okay, so that's locked in. So it's just a matter of putting the whole unit together. If I show you inside the boom, nice and clean there also. They recommend to do this every 3 months, but it never happens. Okay, so if I just click the boom on, which I've accidentally pressed the power button, turn it off, and I'll just put the motor head on. Okay, so if I switch it on, see, I've got 1 bar left on it, so this battery will need to be charging. Press this button here, it switches on the power. Let me show you there. Press that middle button, it operates the power head, power brush, it's spinning there. I'll show you again. You've got light in the front, so I'm pretty satisfied with that. So with that, thanks again guys, thanks for watching once again. Thanks for watching once again, and please subscribe.